Okay, welcome everyone to the None of Our Businesses podcast. Our interview today via Zoom with Michael Houlihan and Bonnie Harvey. Michael and Bonnie are entrepreneurs who gave birth to the famous Barefoot Wine, one of the most popular wine brands around the world. They're also international speakers and best-selling authors. They started their wine business in a laundry room of a rented farmhouse. Currently, they consult and train startups and Fortune 500s on brand building and company culture. They're highly recommended by companies seeking to increase their sales and inspire their people. They're regular contributors to business journals. They contribute articles and interviews to major publications such as Inc., CEO Forum, and Forbes. Their latest audiobook is presented as a theatrical format with Hollywood actors playing the parts, original music score, and sound effects. The Barefoot Spirit. Well, welcome, Michael and Bonnie. I would like to jump right in, and we've got a lot of questions here for us, and I want to make sure we get through them in the time that we have allotted. So I'm going to start right away with your consulting business. Tell us about your consulting business, who you generally serve, and what kind of work you do with your clients.
Well, we're delighted to be here, Ty. Thank you for having us. And we love working with young entrepreneurs, people who are starting off in business. If we can get to them before they've actually presented their product or their service, that's where we can make the most difference. So we can make sure they're on firm ground.
What kind of, in my intro, I was talking about serving Fortune 500s and small businesses. Is there any client too small or too big? What's the general range that you work with?
You know, the principles in business are the same, regardless of the size of business. We work for a company with 4,000 employees and help them with brand building. And they were very successful. We've worked with little companies who have products they're trying to put on the market. And no matter what you're doing, you have to get the word out and you have to get your product to your consumer. And in order to do that, yes, you might be able to sell directly, but in many cases you have to sell indirectly, or you may have to go through middlemen or whatever. And so we have a tremendous amount of experience in that regard. And what everybody wants is not your product. They have other things in mind. So you better know what they want, because it isn't a great product at a great price.
So aside from your consulting business, you also, your current focus, as you describe it, use the acronym BAT. Can you elaborate on that acronym for me real quick? BAT.
Well, that is, yes, Business Audio Theater. It's not just an audio book, but it's really theatrically performed by experienced Hollywood actors, and it has sound effects, it has an original music score. It helps to get the message out. Now, we're founders of a very large and successful company, and we want the people to understand what we went through, what our principles were, what our challenges were when we started off, and how we accepted those challenges and how we were able to succeed actually as a result of the challenges that we had. And people in any kind of business can learn from that. So we want to share the lessons that we learned that were very expensive, very time consuming, and very stressful. We put them in story form. And that's what makes it Business Audio Theater. It's like 3D for your ears. And we told our story in story form so other people could better understand the challenges we went through and use them in their own businesses. So we're offering that now to founders of businesses so they can keep their own principles and story alive.